Okay, this is going to be a quick one, hopefully. Basically, the title of this one is You Get What You Pay For. You know, a lot of people are looking for cheap variants of the 6LF6 or 8950 tubes, and the same with the 6LQ6 tubes. The 8950 6LF6 are 12 pin, with the 8950 and its big brother, the M2057, are 12 volt filament 12 pin, and the 6LF6 in their variants are 6 volt filament. The filament is basically the only difference, but also there are some variants that are very close to the 6LF6. You know, the pinout's the same or almost the same. You know, some have two pins connected to, you know, one a terminal, or, you know, one might have, you know, like pin 1 and 3 connected together, and the other one might have just pin 1. So you gotta watch that pin out. But they're basically interchangeable. But the reason I'm doing this one is people come up with some different variants, like this 6JM6 here. Same pin out, it will work, but the 6JM6, the one on the left, the smaller one, is rated at 17 watts. The 6LF6, and this is a variant, the 6JS6C, they're rated at 30 watts. So basically, you get what you pay for. You can find the 6JM6 and some other cheaper variants of the 12 pin tube. You know, still 6 volt filament. It'll work, but you're not going to get, you know, a little over half out. You know, you can look at the sides of the tube, the sides of the plate, and all that, and it'll work. And also the plate cap on the top is shaped different, a little smaller, where this is the normal plate cap here. So just be aware, you know, you get what you pay for. There is no cheap alternative to the high power tubes, the 6LF6, 8950, M2057s. If you want the better ones, they ain't cheap. I don't care, you know, what kind of variation you get. The cheaper variations that you can find don't put out the power. And it's the same with the 9 pin tube, the 6LQ6, which you find in Phantom DNA equipment, has the 6LQ6. Palomar and a lot of others have the 6LF6 12 pin. But same thing, I forgot the variants of the 6LQ6 off the top of my head. But, you know, 6LQ6 is basically a 30 watt, like the sides of this guy, but a 9 pin. And then the cheap variants that you find are 17 watt, and you can find them a lot cheaper. So, you know, if you want your amp to do, you know, a little bit like half, maybe a little bit more than half of its full output, you can get the cheap ones and they'll work. Or another thing, you can use the cheaper variants for driver tubes, because the driver tubes are basically, you're providing gain and not power to the amplifier. So if you're going to go cheap, I would suggest, you know, go cheap with the drivers and go big with the finals, which means the bigger tubes are going to cost you some money. So anyway, that's it for this one. Bye.